Great. So, Melanie, what would you like to talk about today?
Well, whew, eating food, all that is a big topic. So I was just doing a little writing before I came on, and one of the things that I think, uh, just looking over areas that I feel anxious in, and I can give you a little bit of a background, is that I the topic that I'd like to maybe look at, and maybe you'll look at it differently when I talk a little bit more, but that I, even going to do my food shopping every week, I feel like I'd rather do something else, or I'd feel a little bit of anxiety, like it's going to take so long, and I don't know what I'm going to get, or I'm going to get the same old thing, and why that's so I get anxious about it. I'm not, clear on. I guess it doesn't really matter, but
So, let me ask
um,
you,
yeah,
how would you
Mhm.
rather feel?
I would rather be interested, even excited about putting together, getting the things to put together meals during the week that I really enjoy eating.
Yeah.
Um,
So, you'd rather
I
feel excited
Yeah, I'd
about,
rather feel excited. I'd rather feel I'd rather feel prepared. That's not so much an emotional word, but I have a book that, I have books that I can use to pick things out of, but for some reason, it's just like, I don't even want to focus that much on it.
so
And
let me ask you this, because as you know, with the evoke method, we don't want to activate the story too much. So, I just want
well,
to try.
that's true.
I'm trying to get down to like, what is the thing that's really kind of bothering you about, in the
Mhm.
beginning you said, or that you want to address with the evoke method right now. We might
Yeah.
have time to do
Mhm.
one or two. So,
Gotcha.
but what is the thing that's bothering you the most? Like in the beginning, you said
Mhm.
food, just eating food. Is
Well,
it,
it's more like I find myself at times that I don't that not so much I don't want to eat, but I'm not hungry. And I'm actually trying to gain weight
yeah,
because I work out, and I, I need to be eating enough to build muscle and all that, well. Um, so I guess what's bothering me
or what's your
is
biggest frustration?
the
Like right
biggest
now
frustration.
in this
Yeah.
moment.
It's I can tell you what I really don't want to do. The biggest frustration
Yeah, yeah.
is um I don't want really I really am frustrated about cooking over time. There's days yeah,
Like
it's preparing food,
preparing food before.
getting the food there, getting the specific things there, planning it, and cooking it so it's easy. I want it to be easy. It's not very easy right now.
Okay,
Some days I'm right into it. Other
right.
days I'm like, ugh.
Okay. Oh,
So
great.
it's really that because I enjoy food. I enjoy different kinds of food. Well, yeah. It's interesting to me. I like eating out. You
Yeah.
know, I
Well,
like eating,
I think I have enough. We have enough to get going. So
yeah.
I have
And I
enough.
like my physique to match that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you say the biggest frustration then would right now in this moment would
Mhm.
be just thinking about all the preparation, the shopping and the cooking and all of that. And just
Yeah.
and having
But
it
it's hard. It
that
feels
it's
hard
hard.
right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So can you think of one or two instances like recently? It could have been this morning, it could have been yesterday, it could have been 2 days ago when you were
Mhm.
maybe you were at the
Feeling that
grocery,
way.
yeah, when you were at the grocery store, or maybe you were
Mhm.
just home or you're at work. So like a specific, can you tell me a specific
Mm.
instance when you were feeling like that?
Does it need to be in the last few days
No,
or can I
no,
think? Okay.
it could be last week, it could be last month, it could be 10 years ago, it could be
Okay.
20 years ago, just like what
So,
comes up
okay.
for
So I do remember, um, I was in an exercise program called 10X, and I've been very good at incorporating vegetables into my diet for the last couple of years. And they kind of threw in another, like have 3 vegetables, in a meal and the variety. And I was like, ah,
you.
I'm just doing good with 2. And then I just want to throw it all away, like, oh,
When was this, Melanie?
this was probably a month ago.
And where were you? Do you
I
remember?
was, it was in the morning because I listened to my lessons in the morning. And I was in my kitchen listening to the lesson online, talking about it.
Listening to the audio or whatever, the lesson.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The
Uh,
video, yeah,
Can you think of
about nutrition for bodybuilding.
yeah. Can you
Yeah.
think of one more instance when that feeling came up? And like, where were you?
Hmm. Um, well, yeah, I can. It's not as, it doesn't stand out as much, but it happens when I am planning my lunch and my breakfast in the morning because I do both. And I just feel like I'm using the same vegetables and I only have 2. So I feel, there are
Yeah.
days, some days I don't care, but there are days when I feel like I'm just
And
not
when
doing
was that?
enough. I feel like I'm not doing enough.
Hmm.
Uh, let's see, could have been probably Friday, this last Friday when I was
Like,
getting ready for work.
so it was in the morning or
It happens in the morning mainly. Yeah.
so you were preparing your meal, your
My
lunch?
day, my breakfast and preparing my lunch to take to work.
Okay. Okay, great.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, very good. So go ahead and get comfortable and
Mm.
close your eyes.
Yeah, I get to decide. It's my decision what I'm going to
Yeah.
do.
And some
And I know that my body has what it needs. My body is going to have what it needs. And if I am more mindful of that, it might be that 2 vegetables is perfect for today.
yeah, you get to
um,
you get to listen to your body. Your body
um,
is
mm,
communicating to you.
yeah.
And if you
Yeah. And even just getting quiet, instead of rushing to pull it together, really just settling with myself. I could really settle with myself and make a decision,
mhm,
rather than, because sometimes I'm making a decision from what somebody else has said. I
mhm,
can make a decision from where I am
mhm.
instead of trying to go by that
Ri
standard.
right.
Mm,
Exactly. You can trust yourself more.
mm,
The intuition you're
mm,
getting,
yeah,
make a decision from where you are.
mm.
And who said you have to do it perfectly? Follow somebody else's
Right.
plan perfectly, right?
Mhm. Right.
Um, I
Right.
mean, really, if you have 2 vegetables instead of 3, is that gonna be,
Well, even when I think about it, it's like there are people who don't eat vegetables very much. I mean,
Right.
and they're doing fine.
Yeah.
but this is my preference. These are choices that I make. These were decisions that I made for myself. And
Right.
that's what I'm going with. I'm going with that. And no, it may not be perfect every day. My goal is to have variety. And you know what? And it's a matter of me deciding what my goal is.
Mm-hmm.
If my goal is 2 vegetables, that's what it's going to be.
Right.
Even if somebody else says it should be 3.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. And your goal might change, you know.
And my goal can change. Yep.
One
But
day it
it's
might be
based on me. It's based on me.
based on you, based
Yeah.
on you listening to you.
Mm,
Yeah. So this
yeah.
is something I like to follow. And
Mm,
some days I might follow it to a T, and other days I might not.
yeah. And I can be, I mean, thinking of it kind of funny, I can be bold enough and say, you know what? I'm doing 2 today. That's it.
That's right.
And just laugh about it. It's just,
Hey, I'm doing 2
I'm doing 2. So
vegetables
what you
today.
say 3? I'm doing 2 today.
Yeah. What are you talking about? 3 vegetables. Today I'm doing 2 vegetables. That's what that's what my inner guidance is. That's what my body is saying it wants.
Right.
And
Right.
that's okay.
Right.
I mean, like I have this thing, don't eat after 7 o'clock. And then sometimes I
Mhm.
eat after 7 o'clock. And
Yeah.
okay, so then I soothe myself. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's
Yeah.
all right. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
no big
It's
deal.
it's time to soothe. That's the moment for me like I said, get right with myself, is to
Mm-hmm.
soothe myself,
Yeah,
to feel good about what I'm doing right now and
exactly.
supporting myself in that, not dissing myself because of something somebody else said.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's okay to listen to your
Mm,
body, you
yeah.
know, and have these other things as guidelines. If you like that,
Hmm.
if that's what
Hmm.
feels good to you.
Yeah.
It's all about what feels good to you.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. And if
Yeah.
what feels too good to you is 3 vegetables, great. If what feels to you
Yep.
is 6 vegetables, great. If
Right.
what feels good to you is 20 vegetables, great. And then sometimes maybe just 2 vegetables feels good.
Even 1 vegetable.
Maybe 1 vegetable. Yeah, because, in the moment, isn't that all that really matters is what feels good to you in that moment?
Mm, yeah.
Yeah, because your GPS is guiding you every moment.
Mm.
Yeah. So when you get
And what excites me? What would excite me? Where
mm-hmm.
How do I align with my excitement
Mm-hmm.
in the midst of getting ready, in the midst of preparing, in the midst of thinking about what I'm going to have?
Right.
Mm,
Because when you align with that excitement, just
mm,
imagine all the good feelings you're, eh, imbibing into that
mm,
food that you're
mm.
preparing, all those lovey, juicy, happy feelings that's getting into the food you're preparing.
Right.
When you're following your excitement,
Mm,
oh my gosh, imagine if you just like, what am I excited about? What vegetable is exciting me today? Or eat out of what you have available. It's like when you're picking
yeah.
out a blouse, an outfit.
Mm, mm,
What I know you and I had this conversation a long, long time ago about you were telling me about picking out clothing that really makes you feel good. Going into the closet and okay, what is calling me today? Well, imagine if you
mm.
did that with your food. What is
Yeah.
what is exciting me today?